Hello everyone. So my name is Animesh and I'm a 2022 GKS scholar and currently I'm doing my language training as Busan University of Foreign Studies. So आज की इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे GK स्कॉलरशिप के बारे में एप्लीकेशन हमें किस तरह से करना है थिंग्स अबाउट द डॉक्यूमेंट रिक्वायरमेंट्स अपोस्टिल किस तरह करना है एम्बेसी ट्रैक और यूनिवर्सिटी ट्रैक में डिफरेंस क्या है सो इन सारे पॉइंट्स को हम अलग अलग पार्ट्स में डिस्कस करेंगे. So I really hope it will be helpful for everyone who will be watching this video. And this video will have a lot of sections, like I said, around 4 or 5 sections. So you can skip to the part which interests you, or if you want to see the whole video, that would be more good because we'll be talking about everything in detail. Okay. So first thing first, the most important thing जो हर applicant को पता होना चाहिए is about the eligibility. Because a lot of people get really confused after reading the guidelines. So guidelines में ये mention किया हुआ है that if you want to apply for the scholarship or to be eligible to apply for the scholarship, हर applicant के पास फाइनल ग्रेजुएशन में अंडर ग्रेजुएट डिग्री लाने के बाद फाइनल ग्रेजुएशन में 80% या उससे ज़्यादा मार्क्स होने चाहिए. So India में usually what happens that there are a lot of state universities where students don't end up getting 80%. So उस केस में स्टूडेंट्स हमेशा इस बात को लेके कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कि अगर हमारे पास 80% नहीं है तो क्या हम स्कॉलरशिप के लिए अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते. तो ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है. वहाँ पे अगर गाइडलाइंस को अच्छे से पढ़ेंगे तो उसमें ये चीज़ मेंशन किया हुआ है that if a student does not have 80%, then you can submit a certificate from your university or college where it's mentioned that you are among the top 20% of your batch. So for example, किसी एक बच्चे ने किसी एक particular state university से किया ग्रेजुएशन. आफ्टर दैट ग्रेजुएशन में उसके मार्क्स अराउंड 75% आए. तो इस सिचुएशन में क्या करना है कि उसे अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी वालों से बात करके एक सर्टिफिकेट लेना होगा जिसमें यह मेंशन किया हो कि वो अपने बैच के टॉप 20% स्टूडेंट्स में से एक है. अगर वो ये शो कर देता है सर्टिफिकेट के थ्रू तो 80% से कम होने के बावजूद भी दैट एप्लीकेंट और दैट स्टूडेंट कैन अप्लाई फॉर द स्कॉलरशिप. So this has to be very clear in students' mind that even if you don't have 80%, you can still apply for the scholarship if you submit that certificate. Second thing about the second thing I would like to discuss is about the application form itself. So the first thing जो हर applicant को करना चाहिए is that you need to read each and everything in the guidelines. Just go through the guidelines thoroughly, read each and everything, and then start filling the application forms. So usually the application forms, they're pretty simple to fill because वहाँ पे उन लोगों ने example के form पे भी हर section में बताया है कि हमें कहाँ पे क्या fill करना है. But फिर भी मैंने कुछ notes बनाए हैं about the important parts जिसके बारे में हम आज discuss करेंगे. So the first thing is the checklist, which is the first page of the application forms. Checklist अगर हम देखें ध्यान से, so in the checklist there are certain documents which are mentioned as required and certain documents which are mentioned as optional. Now, I don't think I have to stress on the difference between required and optional. If a document is mentioned as required, it is mandatory for all the applicants. हर वो बच्चा जो स्कॉलरशिप के लिए अप्लाई कर रहा है उसके लिए बहुत ही ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है कि वो उन रिक्वायर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट्स को अपने एप्लीकेशन में लगा के भेजे. But at the same time, the documents which are labeled as optional. So as the documents are optional, those are supplementary documents. अगर किसी applicant के पास वो documents हैं तो वो submit कर सकता है. अगर किसी applicant के पास वो documents नहीं हैं तो it's okay, you can just apply without those documents. So example के तौर पे अगर हम देखें तो transcript or degree, these documents are required documents. So you have to submit them, otherwise you cannot apply. And for example, IELTS report or TOEFL report or topic score report, these documents are optional documents. So it's not like you have to apply with these documents for the scholarship. अगर IELTS या TOEFL या topic का score नहीं भी है तब भी scholarship के लिए apply कर सकते हैं because वो optional requirement है. So you have to check the checklist, it's very important, and see which documents are the required ones and which are the optional ones. So that's the first thing. Now after that, another thing which is included from this year onwards is the high school information. So usually पहले जब graduate scholarship open होती थी तो since graduate scholarship में बच्चे masters या PhD के लिए apply करते हैं तो उनके पास undergraduate degree already होती है तो high school information पिछले साल तक नहीं मांगा जा रहा था application form में. But from this year onwards, the NID has made like slight changes. So it is required for applicants to submit their high school information. So you just have to submit the high school information where you have to mention the place from like where your high school was, name of your high school, and that's it. हमें हाई स्कूल से रिलेटेड कोई डॉक्यूमेंट सबमिट नहीं करनी है, बस एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म में जो सेक्शन दिया हुआ है वहां पे हमें अपने हाई स्कूल के डिटेल्स फिल करने हैं. सो इट्स प्रीटी सिंपल, जस्ट फिल इन द डिटेल्स एंड यू आर डन विद इट. The third thing which confuses a lot of applicants is about the GPA thing. So if you clearly see in the application form that NID has given from this year, there are three sections. The first section is the CGPA section. Second section is the converted GPA, and the last one is the score percentile. So तीनों को अलग अलग तरीके से समझते हैं. अगर हम CGPA की बात करें, so CGPA is something which is mentioned in your grade card. So the grade card or the transcript that you will get after you have graduated, you must have received a final grade card या फिर एक final transcript मिला होगा जिसमें एक final grade लिखा होगा. तो जो final CGPA आपके transcript में है उसको हमें CGPA वाले section में लिखना है. So जो CGPA सेक्शन होगा उसमें हमारा फाइनल CGPA जाएगा. अब वो फाइनल CGPA किसी भी स्केल पे हो उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता, जो भी ट्रांसक्रिप्ट में फाइनल CGPA दिया है उसको लेके हमें सीधे उस सेक्शन में लिख देना है. नेक्स्ट सेक्शन की बात करें, कन्वर्टेड GPA. सो NID ने ये क्लियरली बोला है दैट इफ योर transcript has a CGPA scale which is not recognized by NID or which is not a recognized scale as per the guidelines, then you have to get your scores converted on one of those scales. So for example, अगर किसी बच्चे का CGPA और किसी बच्चे का जो grading है उसके transcript पे it's on the scale of 10, then you have to get a converted score on a scale like for example 4, 4.5, 5 or 100. You have to get a converted score on this scale, and after conversion जो score आएगा या जो GPA आएगा उसे हमने converted वाले section में लिखना है. इंडिया में ऐसी बहुत सारी यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं जहाँ पे ऑलरेडी जो CGPA का स्केल होता है वो 4 होता है या 4.5 है. ऐसे केसेस में कन्वर्शन करना ही नहीं है. इफ यू ऑलरेडी हैव your grading on a scale which is recognized by NID, you can simply directly use it and you don't have to fill the converted section. But अगर different है तो हमें दोनों section fill करना है. CGPA वाले section में हमारा जो actual CGPA है और converted वाले section में convert करने के बाद जो हमारा CGPA आया वो. और जो last section आता है score percentile, उस section को fill करने के लिए you have to refer to the last page. So if you go to the last page of the application form, over there they have given you score percentile equivalents with all the different grading scales. So जो भी CGPA आया हमारा convert करने के बाद या actually में या reality में हमारे transcript में जो भी final CGPA है उसके equivalent में कौन सा score percentile आता है out of 100 वो choose करके हमें score percentile में fill करना है. So इस तरह से ये तीनों sections fill होंगे and they are pretty easy. जैसा कि मैंने बोला CGPA सेक्शन में जो ट्रांसक्रिप्ट पे ओरिजिनल CGPA you have to fill that. In the second one, converted GPA section, you have to convert your grades and then fill your CGPA. And in the score percentile one, you have to refer to the final page, the appendix, and then get your score percentile according to your GPA and fill it in. So that is how these three important things will work. And I think, yeah, so that's the three most important things that I witnessed might be confusing for a lot of applicants. And the final thing that I would say is about the recommendation letter. So in the recommendation letter, if you're applying through embassy track, so students get confused about the application form, like the form 5. So if you are applying through embassy track, you just need one form 5 and 4 recommendation letters in a single envelope. Okay, one form 5 and 4 recommendation letters in a single envelope. So you can ask your professor for the same. Also, if you read the form 5, in the bottom they have clearly mentioned that one form 5 and 4 recommendation letters in a single envelope if you are applying through embassy track. So yeah, so I think that's all about the application forms. And now in the third part of this video, we'll be talking about apostille process. So apostillation can be done on your own and apostillation can be done with the help of agents. Now, if you want to get it done on your own, it's a very long process. You have to get your documents ready. हमें अपने सारे documents ready करने हैं जिन्हें हमें apostille कराना है. उससे पहले हमें local court में जाके notarize कराना पड़ता है. Notary कराने के बाद वो documents जिस state में पब्लिश हुआ है या वो डॉक्यूमेंट्स जिस स्टेट से ओरिजिनेट हुआ है उस स्टेट के HRD एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में जाके हमें उस डॉक्यूमेंट्स को वेरीफाई कराना पड़ता है और फिर फाइनल स्टेप पे हम उसे भेजते हैं अपॉस्टल कराने के लिए. सो ये जो पूरा natural process है postulation का, ये काफी लंबा time लेता है. It's a very long and a tedious process, and it usually takes 1 month or 2 months of time for you to get. That's why a lot of applicants, what they do is that they simply they contact agents, because there are a lot of agents available, and वो सीधे contact करते हैं agents को, and they get the documents apostled very quickly. All you need to do is हमें बस उन्हें documents भेजना होता है, और फिर वो उससे सब कुछ करा के apostle करा के हमें documents भेज देते हैं, and then we can easily apply. So you have both the processes available. अगर somebody is applying right now, then you don't have a lot of time, so you can immediately talk to an agent and get your documents apostilled. But if somebody is preparing for the scholarship and want to apply for next year, you can also take the long route, but it does take a lot of time, so keep that in mind. Also, the apostille process itself like I said, it's a very tedious process, and it's very time consuming and complicated. So I would highly recommend getting it done from the Vizatt Technologies. So you can find all the details in the description box below. You just need to send them the documents, and they will get it done for you pretty easily, and you'll get the documents in hand, and then you can proceed with your application. And it does not also take a lot of time. It will take around 4 or 5 days, and you can just get along with your application. So I think it would be really good if you contact the Vizatt Technology people, and they'll be helping you with that. And now we have come to the final part of the video, where we'll be talking about some differences between the university and embassy track. So first, let's start with embassy track. Now in embassy track, the first thing you need to be aware of is that you get to apply to 3 different universities. You get 3 options to fill in the application form. And in all 3 options, one option is fixed for type B university, and the other 2 options can be type A or type B university. जहाँ तक मेजर की बात आती है, a lot of students what they do is that वो अलग-अलग मेजर भर देते हैं तीनों यूनिवर्सिटीज में. So you should, it's highly recommended that you don't do it. The majors that you choose in all the 3 universities does not have to be exactly same, but at least try to stick to the similar major. अगर पूरी तरह से majors different होगा, तो फिर this will give an idea to the committee that you are not sure about what you are planning to do. So it's best that you choose the majors which are similar to each other, and then fill it in your application form. So this is the first thing about embassy track. Second, as far as documents are concerned, one set of original documents has to be prepared. So again, you have to go to the checklist. Checklist में जितने भी documents हमने prepare किए हैं, वो सारे एक set of original documents और 3 set of photocopies. So जब हम एक set of original documents prepare कर लेंगे, उसी एक set का हमें 3 photocopies करना है, और photocopies में हमें कुछ भी नहीं करना है. It's just the photocopies of original documents. That's it. So yes, and then in total you will have 4 sets, और इन चारों set को एक envelope में करके हमें कोरियन एम्बेसी को भेजना है. Last year तक MHRD was also involved, जिसके वजह से साक्षात portal पे applicants were asked to apply. But since this year only embassy is involved in the embassy track application process, so जो भी applicants apply करेंगे उन्हें सिर्फ ये चारों set एक envelope में करके कोरियन एम्बेसी को email कर देना, post के through भेज देना है. That's it. And your application will be done. You don't have to apply anywhere online from this year onwards. Now, coming to the university track. University track is very simple. You just choose one university and one major that you can apply to. It can be any university you want to apply to. Now, in university track, the documents that you prepare are just one set of documents. All the original documents you have to prepare, and then you have to send it to the university directly in Korea. So for example, if you choose Yonsei University, you have to prepare all of your documents according to the guidelines given by Yonsei University and then send it to them. So in university track, what you need to be aware of is that some universities also have their specific guidelines. So always when you are choosing a university, and जब university select कर लिया हो, तो उस university के website पे जाके the first thing we need to do is we need to check कि उनका कोई specific guidelines या specific instructions तो नहीं है, और फिर उन सारे instructions को fulfill करते हुए application package बना के हमें post के through कोरिया भेजना होगा. Now if you want to use India Post, you can do that, but India Post usually takes around 15 days to get the parcel delivered. So I would highly suggest using a private courier agency so that your documents reach there safely and on time. So this is how you can, send your documents for the embassy track and for the university track. Yeah, so that was it about the GKS application process. I hope I was able to cover all the basic and foundational instructions that applicants require to apply for these scholarships. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below, and people will reach out to you to explain the queries and everything. And I really hope this video help you guys in processing your application very well. And all the very best to all the future applicants who will be applying this year and are preparing for the application from next year onwards. I hope a lot of you get the scholarship. See you.